Hello, Artful Manifestors. Thank you for joining me. Today, we're discovering what gifts and strengths have you inherited from your ancestors, and what do they want you to know at this time. This is a timeless tarot reading. Whenever you come across it is when you're meant to hear it. I do list all the cards that I use in the description box below if that's something that you're interested in. If I have a link where you can find those cards, I include that as well. All right, if you want to choose only by the crystals, let me introduce those to you now. For reading number 1, we have the Goddess Stone, also known as Menelite. And for reading number 2, Grape Agate. For reading number 3, Dalmation Jasper. If you want to choose only by the crystals and you haven't made up your mind yet, you may want to pause the video here before I reveal the cards. All right, reading number 1, Cedar. Reading number 2, Time. And reading number 3, Inspiration. Let your intuition be your guide. Whichever card and or crystal you're most drawn to is most likely the reading meant for you. Of course, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know you can always listen to 2 or even all 3 of the readings, as there may be additional guidance for you there. You have many ancestors. There's a link to all the readings in the description box below. And I want to also let you know that I have a new channel called Magical Manifesting, where I share with you simple spells and rituals that you can practice at home. Enjoy your readings. Hello, reading number 1. You chose Menelite, a nurturing and spiritually grounding stone associated with feminine energy and connection to the divine. It enhances intuition, creativity, receptivity, aligning with divine feminine. It supports transitions, helping one release the old and embrace new cycles of growth, grounds spiritual energy, and promotes a sense of safety and rootedness in the physical world. It assists in accessing ancestral and past life knowledge, making it ideal for spiritual journeys and inner work. And it encourages self-compassion and emotional healing, fostering a sense of wholeness. And you know, the name is Feminine Goddess Stone, and I mentioned divine feminine. We all have divine feminine energy within us and divine masculine energy within us. It does not matter if you're male or female. All right, and the card that you chose is Cedar. Your ancestors want you to know that you have inherited a groundedness, and there's something about the sense of scent, smelling things. Either you've already discovered this, that smelling something can be very grounding to you, and your ancestors speak to you through smells. So you may smell something that's not there, and that's a message from your ancestors. That's them connecting with you, trying to communicate with you. Meaning you smell something and nobody else smells it. It's like hearing something, receiving a message, but through the olfactory senses. You may also notice that you smell things, natural things. You smell something and it seems to transport you. It may invoke a memory from this lifetime, or it seems familiar to you even if you've never smelled it before. So there's something about sense, some skill that you've inherited about this. If you have not tapped into that yet, then this is a nudge from your ancestors to do that, because it can be very grounding for you. And this is one of the strengths that you've inherited from your ancestors. All right, let's get some more information and find out what your ancestors have passed down to you. What have you inherited from your ancestors? What skills, strengths, gifts, and any other guidance your ancestors have for you at this time. Okay. The Sun. Enjoy success and happiness. What a beautiful message from your ancestors. You may already be aware of your connection to the sun. It's like the sun strengthens you. You can draw strength from the sun. You also have some very ancient ancestors that give you downloads through the sun. So you may be a person who enjoys sunsets, sunrises, and you might think, oh, everybody enjoys that, but not the way you do. For you, it's like this spiritual experience. You really appreciate it and value it. It's not just something pretty to take a picture of and post on social media. It's an experience for you. And if you haven't felt this, then this is a message from your ancestors to begin to do this, because there are some very, very, very ancient ancestors that are sending you downloads through the sun. And anytime you receive the sun, I mean, it could be any part of your body, they are working on your physical body, your spiritual body, your emotional body, all of your subtle bodies, as well as your avatar. And facing the sun during sunrise, sunset, or any other time with your eyes closed safely, it's going to expedite the downloads and the anchoring, the processing of this information that you're receiving. It's wisdom, it's knowledge, but it's also upgrades. Wow. Reading number 1. If you're a sun person, please put that in the comments. If you're a cedar person or evergreen tree person, smell person, please put that in the comments. All right, let's get some more cards. What strengths, skills, gifts have you inherited from your ancestors? And what other guidance do they have? Okay, vitality. That makes sense with the sun. Yeah, the sun is going to strengthen you. So it's like, if you're feeling tired, you can go outside and absorb some sun, and it's going to energize you. Being outdoors is going to energize you. And figs are also associated with creativity, abundance, because they have so many seeds. And here we see enjoy success and happiness. So there's, in addition to your strengths, your skills, your gifts that you inherited from your ancestors, there's a message here from your ancestors about you creating abundance for yourself. You have inherited the ability to do this. And you've inherited creativity. We see here again the feminine sign. So this, it's like this fertility, creativity. Now, it may be in the form of an artistic expression, but it may also be that you're just creative in general, that you have creative problem-solving skills, that you come up with creative solutions. You have lots of ideas. There's definitely something about trees too. They're showing me trees. If you feel a connection to trees, please put that in the comments below. If you know what your connection to trees is with your ancestors, please put a tree in the comment. Very creative, definitely. Strong creativity. All right, let's get some tarot cards and see what other messages your ancestors have for you at this time. What guidance do your ancestors have for you at this time? All right, we have the moon on water. Intuition, that makes sense with this feminine energy. You're very intuitive. Fox, Knight of Bows. Can y'all hear the rooster right now? What guidance do your ancestors have for you at this time? All right. Joy, Three of Vessels. What a beautiful spread. Let's look at them together and see what your ancestors want to tell you at this time. Your ancestors are telling you with this moon on water card that there's an inner transformation taking place or about to. I feel that it's already happening, and that you're beginning to see the symbols around you and understand what they mean. It's like you're tapping into this ancient wisdom and beginning to recognize patterns, symbols, synchronicities, and understand their meanings. Some of you may even be writing this down. If you are, please put that in the comments. Your ancestors want you to begin to reflect on what archetypes and symbols, such as the moon, you have the sun and the moon, figs, cedar, fox, heron. What do these symbols mean to you? What are the symbols that are showing up in your life mean to you? Now, this may take place in a seemingly ordinary type of situation. It may be something very ordinary, but it has significant meaning. So to somebody else, that moment outside looking in may seem ordinary because they're not tapping into the ancient wisdom that you are. They don't have the sight that you do. Also, your ancestors are saying with the sun and the moon, even though you're very intuitive, you are also logical. You have a good balance of yin and yang energy, masculine and feminine, which means not only are you creative, but you're able to put things into action. And we see that confirmed with the Knight of Bows fox here. Bows in this tarot deck are like wands, and wands are action. So again, there's something where you're bringing these insights in, and you're able to use your insights, your wisdom, your cleverness, and anchor them into the physical reality through your actions. You're able to take action and follow your insights, your intuitions. You're able to couple that with practical steps because you're very grounded. What an amazing combination of traits, really. The Three of Vessels, joy. You know, we have enjoy, success, and happiness, and then we're ending with joy. Your ancestors want you to be happy. They want you to enjoy life. They want you to celebrate your wins, celebrate life, celebrate your successes. And we see here three cranes. I was calling them herons, but I think maybe they're cranes. And so there's also a message of community and collaboration, working with others. There's some opportunity for you to utilize these talents, skills, and gifts in collaboration with others. Whether it's working as a team, being part of a group. And this isn't necessarily work related, although it could be. It's what your ancestors want you to engage in is some kind of activity with others that's not related to work. Something fun, joy, something where you can have fun, whether it's being on a sports team or being part of a book club, something creative, taking a class even, and interacting with your classmates beyond class time. This is very important. This is going to contribute to your vitality. It's going to increase your creativity. It's going to increase your ability to anchor in your ideas, your creativity, what you're receiving, your downloads that you're receiving. Just even if you don't tell them directly what downloads you're receiving, just this act is helping to anchor in all of this information, all of this ancient wisdom, these symbols. It's helping you to understand and process them, and it's helping to maintain a balanced life and keep you grounded. Reading number 1, absolutely love this message. You have such powerful ancestors. Some very ancient ancestors coming through in this reading. Please let me know what you saw, what you heard, and I'm wishing you the best. Consider subscribing to this YouTube channel if you haven't already. I'd love to have you come back. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 2. You chose the Grape Agate. It's so beautiful. Such a unique formation, a little cluster formation. It's a stone of dreams, intuition, collective harmony. It amplifies psychic abilities, dream recall, and spiritual awareness, promotes inner peace, emotional balance, helps to reduce stress and anxiety, encourages connection to group energies and collective consciousness, making it excellent for some kind of teamwork or community experience. It facilitates connection to higher realms, inspires imaginative thinking and visualization, and enhances creative endeavors. And the card that you chose, I'm going to put that like that, I believe. All right, the card that you chose is time. And we see here the phases of the moon. Your ancestors want you to know that you have inherited the ability to zoom out, see the whole picture, and see patterns and cycles in large scales. So if you're a person that looks, for example, in market trends or financial trends and makes investments, please put that in the comments. If not, this may be something that you can take advantage of. They're also telling me that You can utilize the energy of these cycles to magic. So for example, waxing and waning of the moon. You may be aware of other cycles, other planetary movements. Maybe you're into astrology. If you are, please put that in the comments. Yeah, there's something about not only seeing these patterns, these cycles, but utilizing them to your benefit. There's something about these cycles that you can see that others don't. And if you haven't begun to explore this aspect of yours, this gift of yours, then this is a gentle nudge from your ancestors to begin to explore that idea. Maybe start with just the moon, the new moon and the full moon. All right, let's find out what other strengths, gifts you've inherited from your ancestors and any other guidance they have for you at this time. Nope. All right, I feel like that may be too many, but let's take the top one and see. All right, we have seer, see beyond the current situation. Exactly, you can zoom out. Also, you're very intuitive. Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. Okay, whoa. I'm going to go ahead and take all three of these cards. I just feel very strongly that your ancestors wanted you to see all three of them. When I was looking at this time and sharing with you about cycles and trends, what came to mind is somebody who trades. Like I don't know anything about cryptocurrency or stock markets or anything like that, but then here we have trader. If you are doing that, please let me know. Wow. And she-wolf, unleash the wild within. Interesting combination. This is, and look again, we see this in front of the moon. Definitely something about tapping into this kind of primal, magical energy. You've inherited this kind of, it seems like magic to others. I like to call it magic. Science now is kind of explaining magic as best as it can. We have mysteries in our universe, mysteries in our existence that we still can't explain, that I call magical. But you do have an insight, a gift that others don't, of being able to zoom out, see the whole picture, which helps you with relationships, but also can help you, again, with financial planning, planning events, understanding the cycle of things. Yeah, exchange energy to create abundance. All right, let's get some more information. Wow. If you know what I'm talking about, reading number 2, please put that in the comments. All right, what other gifts, strengths did you inherit from your ancestors? And what other guidance do they have for you at this time? Wow, they have a lot to say to you. All right, we have victory. Wow. Yes. You're definitely meant to use these skills to your advantage. Not to mean that you're taking advantage of others. You can also use these skills to help others. All right, I'm running out of space here, but the other 2 cards that came out are Vitality, Fig, and longevity, which means that the abundance you create it's going to create, it's like a legacy that you're creating. Wow. Let's see if I can fit these here and still have room for our tarot cards. Yes, you can use this ability to see trends, to see the cycles, the patterns in a large scale, zooming out, to create abundance that's going to stand the test of time. Again, it's like I'm hearing legacy. Wow. Reading number 2. So impressive. This is, the fig has so many seeds. It's fertility, it's abundance. The chrysanthemum has so many petals in it, also abundance. But it's not short-lived. It's something that again, what I'm hearing is something you're creating that is like a passive income, or it's like when artists create a song and every time that song's played, they make money. They make that song once, but then it keeps making money over and over again. Or a video that you put out there, you record that video once, but then the more views it gets, the more money that you make. It's that kind of longevity, that kind of abundance. Wow. If you know what I'm talking about, please put that in the comments below. How exciting. All right, what other guidance does reading number 2's ancestors have for them at this time? All right. Look at that. The seer. What are the odds? I mean, that is confirmation right there. I am telling you, you are magical. You have this divination. You have a strong intuition to predict things. And it seems like magic and prediction to others, but it's, again, it's because you see this whole picture. You could zoom out. You can see trends. You see cycles. Wow. There is a message to tune in to the vibration of what you want, so that's what you're seeing. Keep your vibration high, which I do see you doing that with all these cards. Victory, vitality, longevity. Wow. All right, what other guidance does reading number 2's ancestors have for them at this time? The World Tree. This is also completion, success. This is the last major arcana card. So it is about success. It is about a holistic view. It's seeing the whole picture. Wow, they are really emphasizing that skill, that ability to see everything. It's the world, it's everything. And also I'm hearing global. What are you doing? It's like, again, something maybe that you're doing on the internet that is global, or if you've been thinking about it, but you haven't done it yet, they're definitely guiding you to that. Whether it's videos, music, art. I know there's something called, I hope I say this right. It's like EFTs, where you put your artwork out there and people can invest in it like they do in the stock. I don't really understand it, but maybe that's something you understand. If you know what I'm talking about, put that in the comments, please. Yeah. So it's like You see here how you can see the whole maze, right? It's like you have this bird's eye view where you can see the whole maze. Where if you're actually standing in the maze, walking it, it's going to look different to you. But being able to see the whole thing, it's like, okay, I see exactly where this is going. That's the phrase. You see exactly where this is going. You have that insight, that vision. Wow. All right, that is too many. All right, let's keep going. What other guidance does reading number 2's ancestors have for them at this time? I am hearing believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And again, tune into the channel of what you want to see. So if it's changing the way to change the channel is by changing your vibration. If you're fearful, then what you're going to see is scary things. So, this She-Wolf Unleash the Wild is about you literally singing, howling at the moon, dancing, drumming, raising your vibration and focusing on what you want to see. And doing this with joy, with a high vibration. And that's going to help you navigate this path. See what you need to see. Wow. It's like if you're fearful, this water's going to be murky and it's going to be hard for you to see it. So you have to raise your vibration so that you see what you want to see. All right, Queen of Bows hair. Look at that. Another symbol of fertility, the hair. Hare and rabbits can get pregnant even while they're pregnant. This is one of the reasons that they're symbols of fertility. And the Queen of Bows is like the Queen of Wands in this deck. She's popular, she's charismatic, she's creative, very creative. She channels creative energy. So not only do you have the gift of sight to be able to see, but you have the ability to, because you can see, you see the path, you have the ability to create as well. The Queen of Bows channels divine creative energy, and you have the ability to see the whole picture, see which path to take, see what is the best path for you, and then to create something, to create abundance, really. Wow. Reading number 2, so excited for you. Please let me know if this resonates. If you enjoyed this reading, please consider subscribing so you can find out when another video is released. I love to read your comments. Please let me know what you saw and what you heard, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 3. Welcome. You chose the Dalmation Jasper, which is a playful energy. It's also a grounding energy, supports emotional balance and joy, helps to release negative emotions and behaviors, promoting emotional stability. It reawakens a sense of childlike wonder and encourages a more lighthearted approach to life. It provides a strong connection to Earth's energy. It aids in recognizing and overcoming self-sabotaging tendencies. It fosters self-acceptance, supports perseverance, and helps you to stay committed to goals and personal growth. All right, and the card that you chose is Inspiration. There is a message here from your ancestors about experimentation. Many times we feel that we have to study a book, we have to take a class to do something. But inspiration, the artist knows that, great paintings come through experimentation. It's this childlike wonder, this curiosity that pushes artists to create new things that the world hasn't seen before. It's not about assimilating knowledge that you've learned from a book or a class and then reconstructing it into something. It's actually drawing inspiration directly from source, from spirit, channeling that through your experimentation, through your playfulness, and discovering new things. They're showing me you're an explorer of types. If you know what I'm talking about and you like to experiment, it could be that you're a person in the kitchen that decides to, let's see what happens if I add this flavor to this dish. You experiment. I am getting a very strong ringing all of a sudden, or pressure in my left ear. So if that happens to you, your ancestors want you to know that is them communicating with you. And it just began when I started to share about experimenting in the kitchen. So if you experiment in the kitchen, they're really coming through with that message. They want you to know it's that kind of energy, just being playful and explorative. This is something that you inherited from them. This is how they discovered things, figured things out, problem solved. And if something doesn't work, that's okay. Now you know that doesn't work. You keep going. It's not something that, you try something, it doesn't work, and then you never try it again. It's like, no, because you have this inspiration, this that fuels you, this passion that makes you want to keep trying. And the experimentation itself is fun. It's fun to try these things and see what happens. What happens if we mix this and this? What happens if I take the brush and put it sideways and do this? Or if I mix these colors together, or if I play these two notes together? It's just exploration. And this is one of the gifts that you've inherited from your ancestors. They want you to know that. Wow. Okay, let's get some oracle cards and see what else we can find out. Reading number 3. What gifts, what strengths did you inherit from your ancestors, and any other guidance they want to share with you at this time? They're definitely speaking to you. Please let me know if you experience that pressure in your ear, or it wasn't quite a ringing, it was like a pressure, but it could be a ringing. It was just in one ear, it came on suddenly and intensely, and then it went away. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. Hunter, yeah, I'm hearing again, like hunter, explorer. It's like you're hunting for a solution. It's like you're going on expeditions, exploring. Now, if you do this in a real sense, please put that in your comments below. But this could be metaphorical, of course. In modern times, I don't know how many of you are actually going out and hunting for your food, or for example, but you may be a hunter of another type. You may love to get on the internet and research and hunt for solutions, or you may like to hunt for a good bargain when you shop. Again, there's this thing of finding, discovering, exploring, that whole energy. It really seems to kind of drive you. And there's also a message here of being aware of things that you don't like or things that scare you versus things that you enjoy and that seem inviting to you. And being aware of how they're two sides of the same coin. So, for example, if somebody asks you, what are your values? And you're like, I don't really know. One way to understand is by understanding things that you don't like what are your deal breakers? If somebody does this thing in a relationship, then you know that what you value is the opposite. For example, if somebody takes credit for something that you've done and that really strikes a negative chord with you, then you know maybe what you value is recognition or honesty. So they want you to see how there's two sides to the same coin, and that you can understand yourself through your fears. They're showing you something. All right, let's keep going and see what else we can find out. Reading number 3 about what strengths, what gifts you inherited from your ancestors, and any guidance that they have for you at this time. What strength and guidance? I'm hearing that you're good at finding things. It's, you know, we all have the ability to tap into the collective consciousness, but we do it in different ways and we have different specialties. And so what they're showing me is like somebody who is having trouble finding something. And then they come and ask you, have you seen the such and such? Or will you help me find this? And then you go to the cabinet and you find it. And they're like, I swear I looked there 5 times, but you found it. You're just like good at finding things. Or again, you find that bargain. It's almost like a smell, but it's a vibration. You just know where to look on what day to find what you're meant to find. So interesting. You know, it may have helped your ancestors find the best hunting ground or the best place to forage wild mushrooms. But in modern times, you're using it to find other things, information, bargains, people. If you know what I'm talking about, please put that in the comments. All right, we have focus. And this is called stock. And look at this eye on the hand. All right, a lot is coming to me at once right now. Let's see if I can retain all of it to share with you. Okay, the ringing in my ear, the vibration, the smell, it's like you have this focus that when you have your mindset that you're going to find something, whether it's a solution or a tangible object, it's hard for somebody to distract you from that because you're so focused. It's like when you hear a sound that you don't know where it's coming from, but it's like it just consumes all of your focus until you find out where that sound is coming from. It's that kind of focus. Or you smell something that it's like, what is that smell? Where is it coming from? You're not going to stop until you find it. You have that kind of focus, that kind of ability to hone in on the energy of something, the vibration of something, until you find it. They're also showing me that with this eye on the hand, you may be a person who can feel things through the sense of touch. You may be able to get information, for example, by holding a crystal and receiving the information that, for example, you could have a conversation almost with this crystal, like asking the crystal what it could do for you or what message it has for you, and you would be able to receive that. You'd be able to sense that. Or you might be the kind of person who, if somebody asks you to give them a massage without them telling you what hurts, your hands are just going to know where to go. It's like you have this physical body intelligence. Your hands just know where to go. Like they're even showing me somebody who's, without looking, can maybe choose a specific color because somehow you're tuned into these different vibrations. And if you have never tried any of this before or accessed this skill before, know that your ancestors are guiding you to tap into this now. If you have, let me know. Let me know how you experience this skill, this talent. It's very interesting. Ooh. All right, that was too many. Let's go ahead and cut that again and shuffle. All right, very interesting, specific, unique kind of talent that you've inherited from your ancestors, reading number 3. All right, what other guidance do you have for reading number 3 at this time? What guidance does reading number 3's ancestors have for them at this time? All right, we have 4 of arrows, rest. We see this butterfly here. What other guidance do you have? Six of stones, exploitation, and it looks like beehives, ancient beehives. What guidance do you have for reading number 3 at this time? If you hear little click clacks, that's Agnes. You can see images of her on Instagram if you follow me on Instagram. What other guidance do you have for reading number 3 at this time? 7 of vessels, morning. And let's just see what's at the bottom of the deck. The pole star. Oh, accidentally took 2. 6 of arrows. All right. Let's look at what all of these cards together are saying. All right, this is really interesting because, we're talking about focus and and that being this drive behind something. It's like, oh, I got to find out what that is. You know, I have to find this. You have so much focus, and your ancestors want you to remember you need to rest. You know, I see somebody staying up late, working on something because they're so focused on whatever it is that they're doing. And we see here in the very next card, this depletion. These beehives are in what looks like a desert. It's a barren area, so there's nothing for them to consume. So it's like burning your candle at both ends and then not having resources to fuel yourself, your body. So your ancestors are sending you a message to remember, while it's good to have this passion and this focus and this drive, it's also very important to have balance and to play, to have fun, have balance. You don't want to be so focused that you don't sleep, you don't eat, and you don't enjoy yourself. All right, this is interesting because the Seven of Vessels in other tarot decks, I feel, has a different meaning. Here, we see the word mourning, as in something has passed, and we even see a skull. And so it's almost like the death card, you know, acknowledging that sometimes we don't know the significance of something until it's past, until it's gone, until it's left our life. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but it could be a situation or something, a relationship, something tangible. But with this hunter, track down your fears and desires. And, you know, the message that I was receiving about having something undesirable inform something that you actually want, your desire. And then now this morning, Seven of Vessels, there's something that your fears are highlighting that are making you aware of what's important to you. Your ancestors want you to know that this skill that you have to focus, it also has two sides of the coin, because it can become unhealthy. It can become an unhealthy obsession. And if it's driven by fear, right? If your focus is driven by fear, then the path that it's going to lead to is not going to be a positive one. So instead, what they want you to do is to rest, to balance, to the pole star is like your guiding light, right? To focus on, instead of avoiding some negative situation, for example, to focus on what it is that you want. So centering yourself, grounding yourself, and think about what it is that you want. You want to experience love, recognition, validation, peace, happiness, fun, joy, and whatever it is. Take a moment to kind of contemplate and figure out what it is that you're feeling right now and what it's saying that you want, and to let that be your guiding light. That is your hope. The pole star, let that guide you rather than fear or avoidance. And this is going to help you to transition, to move from turbulent waters to calmer waters, to more peaceful waters. And I love that the boat that this person is in is shaped like a swan. It's a portal. It's like you're going to transcend. You're going to transform. You're going through a portal. And we even started out with a butterfly. So it's like, stop, slow down, take a beat, take a breath, kind of cocoon, transform, align with what you want instead of what you don't want, what you're trying to avoid. And you're going to completely transform your experience and your reality by doing that. Wow. Reading number 3, if this resonates with you, please let me know. You are a powerful manifester, and it all hinges on what you're focused on, what you're feeling. So making sure that you're focused on what you want rather than what you don't want, and using that desire as your pole star, your guiding light. This is going to completely transform your life. If this resonated, please let me know. And if you haven't and you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel so that you can find out when more videos are released. Reading number 3, I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye.